Again, it's about knowing, first of all, who you want to be and what you have to do every day to get there. And then taking tiny steps, not huge leaps, not 0 to 100 real quick.
We go 0 to 100.
Drake lied about going 0 to 100 real quick. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. I wish that it did. And maybe for Drake, it does, but not for me and not for you. Sorry, we're not Drake. Today, we're going to talk about the power of what Albert Einstein called the most powerful force in the universe, compound interest. Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. He called it the most powerful force in the universe, compound interest. So as opposed to trying to go 0 to 100 real quick, which is a great song, horrible advice. Rather than that, I'm gonna ask you to go from 0 to 0.01 real slow. All right? Not a nice flow, not a nice ring to it. Probably wouldn't make a great song, but it's great advice. It's the right advice. Compound interest is the idea that little steps, little additions over time consistently add up and they gain momentum. At a certain point, these tiny 0.01% steps that you take in the beginning start to become huge leaps over time. Many of my clients struggle with this. For example, inside the Habit Hacker Mastermind, these guys, they've adopted this system that I lay out inside what I call the Benjamin Franklin method. They follow this system in order to track themselves and their habits every day to make sure that nature's most powerful force, according to Einstein, is working in their favor as opposed to against them. So inside the Quarantine Domination Blueprint, which you can download for free up in the corner, put it in the description as well, I introduce this idea and this system that I lay out in depth inside the Benjamin Franklin method. And this system is, again, it's about knowing, first of all, who you want to be and what you have to do every day to get there. And then taking tiny steps, not huge leaps, not 0 to 100 real quick, 0 to 0.01 real slow. That's what we're doing. First of all, it's a lot more manageable. I'm not asking these guys or anyone who goes through my system to do anything insane or crazy. It's very manageable and it's unintimidating. This is on purpose because it's impossible to expect ourselves to go from 0 to 100 real quick. That's not how momentum works. We will fall off if we try to follow that song title as advice. Okay, instead, what works is taking tiny steps every day, tiny steps, slowly building that momentum, building that self-trust, building that consistency. Once we have been doing that day by day, week by week, month by month, before we know it, we have actually reached 100 and we can maintain that 100. We can maintain that velocity, that level of momentum, that level of productivity. It becomes easy over time. We just can't expect ourselves to jump from 0 to 100 real quick. And that's a major problem. That's something that I've noticed meeting thousands and thousands of people in the self-development community at large over 13 years now. We expect ourselves to be able to go from 0 to 100. And then when we can't, we beat ourselves up and we feel bad about ourselves. And we go, I'm just, must be a loser. I guess I'm no Drake. Luckily for you and for me and for my clients and for the world, we actually don't have to make that large leap in the beginning. We just need to take these tiny steps, but every single day. This 0.01% every day. When you apply the law of compound interest, it begins to build and snowball. On the first part of the hill, from 0, it's a tiny snowball. But 3 months later, that snowball has picked up a lot of snow. It's picked up a lot of momentum. It's picked up steam. At that point, you might be approaching 60, 70%. And then before you know it, you are steamrolling down the hill, even beyond 100. Guys, this is a very powerful concept. I do not want you to miss this. I want to know in the comments, are you going to take advantage of the most powerful force in the universe, or are you going to let it destroy you? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this kind of thing, let me know by hitting that like button and by subscribing with the bell. And thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next video.